Welcome to another lesson. Today we will take a look at our imperative or our commands, but we would look at commands with the pronouns, and we will talk about direct and indirect pronouns. If you like, you can also refer to your books, Exploraciones, on the pages numbers 44 to 46, just for a few more examples and a little bit more of clarity, if you like. Okay, so the objectives of this video is to just take a quick review on direct and indirect object pronouns, and then we're going to look at how to position these pronouns when we use commands. So we would look at how to do them with affirmative commands, and then we will look at how to do so with negative commands. The first one, we have a quick review or a quick recap of objects pronouns. We have the direct object pronouns on the far corner, and then indirect object pronouns. So for the direct, we have me, te, lola, nos, os, los, las. So lo is for masculine singular objects, and then la for feminine singular objects. And then we have los as the plural for masculine objects, and then las for feminine ones. For indirect object pronouns, we have me, te, le, nos, os, les. So le for both males and females, and then we have les for male and female, but singular and then plural. Now, when we use affirmative commands, we would have to use the object pronouns at the end. Now, when we use them at the end, we would also have to follow a very short, not a very short type of structure. So for instance, we have this example, but then before we do that, we have to learn the structure. This is I do. The I refers to the indirect object pronoun, and then the do refers to the direct object pronoun. So we have the example, trae la mochila para mí. Bring the bag to me. So what is being brought is the bag, and the bag is being brought to me. So trae is the verb traer, but it is used here as a command. So it's an affirmative command. So we have trae que la mochila. So we have a direct object pronoun do, and then trae la mochila para quién. So bring what? Bring the bag. Bring the bag to who? Then we have me. That is the indirect object pronoun, the one who receives what is being done by the verb. Okay, so when you want to use that, then you'd have to use that in this structure, I do. Even though do comes before I when they are in one sentence, if you want to bring everything together and consolidate all of it in one single word, then you have tráemela. And then you would have an accent on the E just to help pronounce it better. If not, it will be tráemela, which is not correct. So you have to put an accent on the second vowel before the indirect object pronoun joins it. Tráemela. Now, with the negative commands, we don't join the pronouns to the word to consolidate it and have it as one single word, but we still use the structure I do. So, for example, no digas la verdad a tu mamá. No digas que. When you ask the question que after the verb, then you're able to know which one is your direct object pronoun. So, no digas que. Don't say what. Don't say the truth. No digas la verdad a quién. Don't say the truth to who. Don't say the truth to, don't tell the truth to your mother. So, no digas la verdad a tu mamá. So we have the la verdad as the direct object pronoun, and then tu mamá as the indirect object pronoun. So when you want to use these pronouns in the sentence to replace the original nouns, then you have no se la digas. Now, when we go back to our table for the indirect object pronoun, we have le and les. But then when we come to the sentence, we realize that the indirect object pronoun has changed to say, and we'll see why it is so right away. Originally, it's supposed to be no le, la, digas. This is never said in spoken Spanish. So what happens is that the le changes to say only when it comes before lo and la, los, and las. So we have no se la digas instead of no le la digas. So to break the repetition of the two l sounds, then we have to use le as se, or se in place of le. But then when you want to use it in a sentence, no digas la verdad, you want to use the original nouns, you would still maintain it as though nothing changes. But then when you want to use the pronouns in place of the nouns, you have to follow the I do structure. And if you are using the third person singular le or the third person plural les, then you have to use them as say. If it's les, it also changes to say. So le and les would always change to say. Well, this brings us to the end of today's lesson. I hope you have learned so much. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.